In 2013, Aquatic Wetline made its debut as an aquarium hobbyist podcast. It was hosted by Aqua Alex, Cardinale, an aquarium hobbyist with a passion for tropical fish since the age of 12.
Aquatic Wetline was very successful because Aqua Alex shared his love and passion for fish keeping like only he could. You could hear the love of fish and passion for caring and educating about the fish in his voice. It attracted new hobbyists and even experienced hobbyists to tune in.
Aquatic Wetline went on hiatus for a couple of years. Now Aqua Alex has brought it back, this time right here on YouTube. Aqua Alex will host new episodes of Aquatic Wetline Fish Keeping Podcast, but it will be in video format and you may get to see some of Aqua Alex's personal fish.
Aqua Alex will discuss everything aquarium related from fresh to salt. What aquarium topic is in the aquarium for discussion tonight? Let's find out. Fish keepers, if you enjoy the show, please share the YouTube video URL on your social media. Now here is Aqua Alex.
Good evening, tropical fish keepers. Welcome to Aquatic Wetline. I'm your host, South American fish keeper and monster fish keeper, Aqua Alex Cardinale. I hope you are having a great week thus far, and I hope your aquariums and your tropical fish are doing great. Unfortunately, today when I woke up, I found my silver arowana had jumped out, and sadly he passed away, so that was a bummer. But fortunately for me, I'm going to one of my favorite fish stores this Saturday with my friend Daryl. And Daryl and I are going to Aquatic and Exotic in Stuart, Florida. So I'll replace my silver arowana. So let that be a lesson to anyone watching this video. If you have silver arowanas, make sure you have secure lids on your aquarium. Anyway, today I am going to be talking about a genus of fish that comes from Asia. This genus of fish primarily calls Asia home. Now, I've only kept about 3 or 4 types of this fish. I've kept tinfoil barbs, I'm currently keeping tiger barbs, and I've kept hapala barbs in the past. Today, we are going to be talking about barbs. Barbs are a relatively common fish in the aquarium hobby. There are a lot of popular barb species out there. You've got the tinfoil barb, the tiger barb, the rosy barb, the cherry barb, and the roseline shark or denison barb. So today on Aquatic Wetline, I'm going to tell you everything you should know about barbs. I'm going to talk about the following barb species: tinfoil barbs, cherry barbs, rose barbs, spanner barbs, filament barbs, tiger barbs, and roseline sharks. So we've got an action-packed show coming your way filled with information on barbs. So, as always, if you're watching this video, feel free to interact and be part of the show. What do you think about barbs? Post your thoughts in the comments. Do you have questions on barbs you'd like me to answer? Post in the comments and I will answer your questions. All right, let's start this show on a fun note. And I'm going to start the show by showing off my 8 albino tiger barbs that I got. And I got these last month with my friend Daryl. I have never owned tiger barbs before, so I was excited to get them. and I'm really enjoying them. They're like a school of piranha when you feed them. So here is a video of my albino tiger barbs to get us started. Here's a video of my albino tiger barbs. This is the first time that I've ever kept any kind of tiger barbs. They're pretty cool fish. They were aggressive the first few weeks, but they settled down and they don't bother anybody in here. So enjoy this video of my albino tiger barbs. Probably not the best video you're going to see. They're hard to film, but these are my albino tiger barbs. I might get a few regular tiger barbs to put in there with them to see the difference. So that was a video of my 8 tiger barbs. My tiger barbs are the albino variant, but I do have plans to get 2 or 3 or 4 regular tiger barbs to school with them. All right, so let's get to our first topic regarding barbs, and I'm going to talk about what I like about barbs. Now, barbs are a really interesting fish because they come in different sizes. For example, the cherry barb is a smaller barb, staying around 3 inches, whereas the tinfoil barb can grow over a foot. So what I like about barbs is that there is a barb for everybody. Whether you have a 20-gallon aquarium or a 200-gallon aquarium, there is a barb for you. The next thing I like about barbs is that they're a very active fish. More importantly, they're a very good schooling fish. And a lot of people use barbs as dithers for aggressive fish like Oscars, Parachromis, and other aggressive Central and South American cichlids. Barbs are so active that they'll draw out shy and reclusive fish. And for that reason, barbs are a great dither. They're also very fast swimmers, so they can avoid being eaten, except maybe at night. But they're really good swimmers. They're a really good active fish and a really good school, and they look great in a school. Take, for example, albino tiger barbs, really nice flash of color. And that's what I really like about barbs. Now, there is a little drawback to barbs, and that is they can be a bit nippy, but we're going to talk about that. Now, another thing I like about barbs is that they're very aggressive eaters. They love to eat. My albino tiger barbs are like that. They'll eat just about anything from flakes to market shrimp to tilapia and bloodworms. All my tinfoil barbs that I kept in the past were like that. So they're really cool. Barbs are very hardy and they're very easy to keep, which means they're great for beginners and even experienced hobbyists alike. Barbs are really, really easy to keep. Also, barbs are very affordable. I think the most expensive barb that you will find in the aquarium hobby would be the rarer ones, like the Hampala barbs, or the ones that are in such demand, like the denison barbs or the roseline sharks. That's one of the reasons why I haven't had the chance to get denison barbs, is their price. But most of the barbs are very affordable, like the tiger barbs, like the cherries, and the rosy barbs, and the tinfoil barbs. So those are all the reasons why I personally like barbs. Now let's get some information about barbs. Here is what to know about barbs. Barbs are small, colorful, active fish ideally suited for the community aquarium. These hardy fish are predominantly found in Southeast Asia, but some species may be found in Africa and India. Currently, most species are bred commercially, both overseas and in the United States of America, making these fish ideal candidates for both the beginner and expert aquarist. Barbs consist of some of the most popular of all tropical fish, adding color, interest, and beauty to any larger community aquarium. These fish are active schooling fish that require plenty of swimming room and a tight-fitting lid, as they are prone to leaping out of the aquarium when startled. Barbs are semi-aggressive fish when housed in the aquarium individually, so it's important to maintain each species in groups of 6 or more. This technique will minimize aggression towards more passive tank mates. So that's some basic information to know about barbs. We also must realize that different barbs get different size. So there are barbs that stay under 3 inches, then there are barbs that stay under 7, and then there are those monster barbs that get over a foot. So we must always realize that as well. Now, one of the cons about owning barbs, and one of the cons you'll see when you research barbs, is that barbs are notorious fin nippers. They can be real bad fin nippers. Trust me, I've had a single tinfoil barb that would constantly nip all the tank mates. But there are ways to prevent your barbs from being fin nippers. I think the most common barb that is a nuisance for fin nipping is the tiger barb. I'll admit, when I first got my albino tiger barbs, they started nipping. But as I added some more, it stopped. And when I added fake plastic plants, it stopped. So here is my advice on how to stop your barbs from nipping other tank mates. First is to get a school of them. Do not ever buy 1 or 2 or 3 barbs, because I noticed when barbs are kept either singly or in tiny groups, they tend to be aggressive towards themselves and other fish. And we don't want them nipping at angelfish or any of their other tank mates. So it is highly advisable and highly recommended that we keep as many barbs as we can in an aquarium. So ideally, I would say get 6 to 8 or even a dozen barbs, and that way you can prevent any unnecessary fin nipping in your aquarium. My tiger barbs don't fin nip anymore. I've never seen it. As a matter of fact, I just fed them some flakes and they eat and then they're settled. So I really highly recommend keeping barbs in schools. It's much better for the fish that way as well, because the barbs will feel more secure if they are in a school as opposed to 1 or 2, because when you keep them 1 or 2 or even 3, they're going to constantly fight with each other. So make sure you keep barbs in a big school, and if there's any aggression, it'll be towards the other barbs instead of the other fish. Another way to stop barbs from nipping is to add plastic plants or even real plants to your aquarium. For whatever reason, when I added those plastic plants to my aquarium, my tiger barbs stopped nipping and they didn't nip any fish anymore. So I think like the plastic plants or live plants gives the fish some sense of hope and comfort, and maybe they just don't want to be aggressive anymore with the plastic plants or the live plants in there. But we have to remember that all fish have their own personalities. So we could take steps to nip the fin nipping in the butt, but sometimes a fish will just have that personality where they like to nip other fish. But 9 times out of 10, you can curb the barbs fin nipping by keeping them in a large school. And a lot of fish stores and fish keepers will tell you that, and it really is sound advice. For example, with other fish, I've noticed that red hook silver dollars, black bar silver dollars, they tend to be more aggressive and more stressed out easily when they're kept by themselves. The same thing can happen with barbs, and that's why it's so important to keep schooling fish with schooling fish. If a fish is a schooling species, it is really important to have others of the same species with them. So that was a really good topic to start our show. Now we're going to start talking about the different types of barbs, and we'll start with the most common barb in the aquarium hobby. It's a monster growing barb, and a lot of pet stores won't tell you that this is a monster growing barb. So if you're a beginner entering the aquarium hobby, you're going to get this barb because you think it's nice looking, but you don't realize that this barb is going to get massive. So people should realize that the barb I'm going to talk about can get to well over a foot in length. So the first barb I'm going to talk about is the tinfoil barb, one of the most common barbs in the aquarium hobby. And I'm going to show you an image of what a tinfoil barb looks like. It's actually going to be the face of Aqua Alex right now. So here is a tinfoil barb. Let me get you some information on the tinfoil barb, one of my favorite barbs, because they can go with Oscars and other large fish. Now, tinfoil barbs are found in Thailand, Sumatra, Borneo, and the Malayan Peninsula. Tinfoil barbs can grow anywhere from 10 to 16 inches in length. That is a really big barb, and they are a schooling fish. So you'll need like a 400 gallon tank to have a big school of these guys. I love tinfoil barbs, but there is a reason why I currently don't have any. They get so damn big, and when you're keeping them 1 or 2 or 3, they can be kind of aggressive. So that's why I haven't got any. But I really do like the tinfoil barb. If I ever were to get a large aquarium, like a 300-gallon aquarium or larger, then I would consider getting tinfoil barbs. There are a couple of variants of tinfoil barbs. There's a red-tailed tinfoil barb that stays kind of small, 8 to 9 to 10 inches. Then there's another tinfoil barb that can grow 12 to 16 inches. All of them are very nice fish. Now, tinfoil barbs are omnivorous fish, meaning they like meat and vegetable matter in their diet. So you can give them things like Hikari cichlid pellets. They will love that. You can give them bloodworms, mysis shrimp, raw market shrimp, brine shrimp, tilapia, flakes. Tinfoil barbs are not picky eaters. They'll eat pretty much anything. But you should also provide them with spirulina brine shrimp, which also has vegetable matter in it. Tank mates for the tinfoil barb is really simple. Keep them with other large fish. So Oscars, pacu, sebrums, large growing South and Central American cichlids like Jack Dempsey's and Maniguense. All those are great tank mates and larger catfish. Don't put them with neon tetras or smaller fish because the tinfoil barb will definitely eat them. They will eat anything that can fit in their mouth. And just like the tiger barb, there are different variants of tinfoil barbs out there. You've got your standard tinfoil barb. You've got your red-tailed tinfoil barb. You've got your albino and golden tinfoil barb. All of them are very, very nice. So that's the tinfoil barb. Hello, Eric. How are you? Thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully you are enjoying our video thus far. So that is the tinfoil barb. Right now we're going to move on to our next barb. And this is a barb that I've never kept before. And I don't recall seeing this barb ever in person. I probably have seen it, but not realized it. And that is the Rosy barb. This is a really gorgeous barb. It really is colorful. So I'm going to show you an image of a Rosy barb right now. That is quite a beautiful fish. Now, Rosy barbs originate in northern India, in the states of West Bengal and Assam. Feral populations are also found in Singapore, Australia, Mexico, Puerto Rico, and Colombia. Rosy barbs natively live in lakes and fast-flowing water in subtropical climates. Males have a brighter red coloration as opposed to the females that look more gold or silver than red. Both genders have black markings on the fins and sides. The Rosy barb has a torpedo-shaped body and a forked tail. It only has one dorsal fin. Surprisingly, I found out that the Rosy barbs can grow up to 6 inches in length. I had thought that they stayed a little bit smaller than 6 inches, but no, they can reach up to 6 inches. Now, Rosy barbs are great community fish. They can live with other semi-aggressive fish. Good take mates for the Rosy barb would include gouramis, would also include other types of barbs. It would include rainbow fish. It would include any of the freshwater sharks, which aren't sharks at all. That would be bala shark, which is also a carp. That would also be iridescent sharks in a large aquarium, red tail sharks. So those would be good tank mates. Angelfish would be good tank mates with Rosy barbs. So any fish that's too big to be eaten would be a good tank mate for the Rosy barb. Also, the Rosy barb is also an omnivore. So it'll eat flakes, pellets, brine shrimp, market shrimp, frozen foods, and live foods. So we just want to make sure we're providing the Rosy barb an omnivorous diet, which has meat and vegetable matter in it. The Rosy barb is a very unique fish. I'll have to keep an eye on them, see if I see any in my local fish stores, because they are such a unique looking fish. George says, hello, how is everyone? Hey, George, how are you? Thank you so much for tuning in. And George also says he's going live tonight. Awesome. I'll have to check out your video after mine. That's awesome. Glad to hear that. All right, so that was the Rosy barb, a very nice looking fish. Now we're going to talk about a cherry barb, which is probably the only nano barb that I'm going to talk about on today's show. Cherry barbs are a very nice looking barb as well, but they're another barb I have never seen in person, or at least not that I recall. So let's take a look at what the cherry barb looks like. It's a pretty unique looking fish. It does kind of look like a cherry. It has the cherry red coloration, and I love the barbels on the cherry barb. Now, cherry barbs are native to Sri Lanka. These waters are shallow, warm, and densely vegetated. The fish are also found in rivers throughout Mexico and Colombia. While cherry barbs are prolific in the pet trade, their population is declining in the wild because of excess harvesting, habitat loss, and climate change. The IUCN Red List considers cherry barbs a vulnerable species. Cherry barbs are small freshwater fish that grow up to 2 inches long, with males being smaller than females. The average lifespan of this species is 4 to 6 years. With proper tank conditions and care, cherry barbs live long, healthy lives. The cherry barb has a vibrant red torpedo-shaped body, singular dorsal fin, and a forked tail. The fish also has a distinctive horizontal stripe that extends from its mouth to tail. Like other fish, wild-caught cherry barbs tend to be more colorful than captive-bred cherry barbs. Male and females are easy to distinguish. Female cherry barbs are typically larger and rounder than males and are often paler in coloration with a darker lateral stripe. Males have vibrant red bodies, and these colors intensify during the breeding season. Cherry barbs lose their red coloration when sick or stressed, and they can grow to 2 inches. Their diet is omnivorous, so pretty much any meaty flakes and pellets, and also veggie flakes and pellets. Tank mates, because this is a smaller barb growing to 2 inches, they can be fine with tetras, neon tetras, rummy nose tetras. They'll be okay with rams and apistogrammas, corridorus, and other small nano fish. So that is the cherry barb. The cherry barb is a very nice little fish. And I have to look out for them next time I go to the pet store because I've never seen a cherry barb. So George says, maybe after Misfit Reptiles and Aquatic stream tonight. If not, I will go on tomorrow night. Okay, cool. I'll definitely check out your YouTube channel and subscribe to it after the show is over. Thank you for telling us about barbs. I like barbs. My pleasure. I enjoy chatting about fish with all the wonderful fish keepers out there. This is a great hobby, and I'm so glad I get to be a part of it and share my passion and my love of tropical fish with all of you guys. All right, so the next barb we're going to talk about is the spanner barb, also known as the T-barb. I've only seen this barb once, and I should have gotten them when I had the chance. They're a very unique barb. They're also a large growing barb that will do good with severums, walrus, things like that. The spanner barb is very unique, and it's a cool looking barb. This is the spanner barb. Isn't that such a unique looking fish? It's very, very awesome looking in my personal opinion. So the spanner barb is found in Indonesia, but this species is currently considered to be distributed throughout southern Thailand, Malaysia, Sumatra, and Java. It predominantly inhabits forest streams containing clear water, often in the pools that form at the base of waterfalls. These barbs can grow to 5 to 6 inches in length. So they'd be good tank mates for loaches, South and Central American cichlids, larger gouramis like the kissing gourami and the opaline gourami. So keep them with pretty much similar sized fish. And like other barbs, they're going to be easy to feed, and they are omnivorous. So that is the spanner barb. Just subscribe. Thank you, George, so much. I really appreciate that. Hopefully, you'll enjoy all of my content that I put out for you. Just like and subscribe. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Really, really happy when fish keepers enjoy my content. It means a lot to me. All right, so let's talk about a barb that I really like, and I've never seen them in person, but my dad has some of them. It is called the filament barb, and this is a really pretty barb. It's also known as the mascara barb because as these barbs mature, they develop some intense coloration. So let's check out the filament barb, a very nice barb. Very pretty. Their face, as they mature, can develop some red coloration, which is what I like about this fish. The filament barbs are found in southern India. Mature males are more colorful and they develop long filaments on the dorsal fin and tubercles on the head area. Females are fuller bodied. The filament barb can grow to be 7 inches in length. They are a really stunning addition to the large aquarium. They're active, relatively peaceful towards fish of a similar size, and are a striking appearance when mature. This is a species well worth looking out for if you have a spacious 6-foot tank. They are a shoaling species and are best maintained in groups of at least 6 species and preferably more. The aquarium should be well filtered with a high flow rate, and frequent water changes should be carried out to keep nitrate levels at minimum. Plants are appreciated for the filament barbs as they like plants, but they will eat plants because that's part of their diet. Like I said, all barbs are omnivorous. They'll eat meat and vegetables, and the vegetables include plants. And you can keep the filament barb with clown loaches, angelfish, waru, and other large fish like that. They're a great barb to keep. They're very beautiful, and they're really great to watch in a school. All right, so right now we're going to go ahead and take a quick intermission, which is being brought to us by my friend Jeremy Stellhorn from Little Egypt Aquarium Club and Aquatic and Exotic, a great fish store here in southern Florida. When we come back, we're going to discuss the denison barb and the tiger barb, and we're going to see videos of other fish keepers' amazing barbs. So don't go anywhere. And if you have any questions on barbs, post them in the comments, and I will answer them when we come back from this short intermission. We'll be right back, fish keepers, so don't go anywhere.
Are you a tropical fish keeper living in South Florida? You need to check out Aquatic and Exotic in Stuart, Florida. Aquatic and Exotic is home to quality freshwater and saltwater tropical fish. You will find African cichlids, South and Central American cichlids, goldfish and koi, and exotic fish. We also supply aquarium supplies like filters and heaters, aquariums, and lights. We also have quality fish food brands. Aquatic and Exotic is open Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m., Saturday 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., and Sunday 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Questions? Give us a call at 772-781-4046. Stop on by and check us out. 1525 A.C.E. Lockhart Street, Stuart, Florida 34994.
Aqua Alex here, and I'm proud to partner with Little Egypt Aquarium Club. Little Egypt Aquarium Club was founded by my friend Jeremy Stellhorn. Little Egypt Aquarium Club provides aquarium hobbyists with quality aquarium supplies. You will find sponge filters, pleco caves, and so much more. Little Egypt Aquarium Club also has quality fish foods. You'll find things like rapashi. Rapashi is a name brand fish food, perfect for plecostomus, community fish, and even monster fish. You'll find medicated fish foods as well. Aqua Alex and Jeremy Stellhorn are teaming up to save you some money. If you use my discount code, which is Alex, you will get 10% off your order. So go to littleegyptaquariumclub.com right now, place an order, and use coupon code Alex, and you will save 10% on your order. Now back to the fish chat. Hey fish keepers, it's your boy Aqua Alex Cardinale here, inviting you to be a part of the fun. I'm inviting you to the September 2022 Fish Keepers Q&A, which airs live Wednesday, September 28th, 2022, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, right here on my YouTube channel, the legendary Alex Cardinale. I, Aqua Alex, look forward to answering all of your tropical fish keeping questions, whether they are freshwater or saltwater. So, do you have fish keeping questions you want me to answer? Email all fish keeping questions, whether they are freshwater or saltwater, to alexgoyankiescardinale19@gmail.com. I will answer your questions on the show. Do you want to show off your gorgeous fish? Do you want to show off your gorgeous aquarium? Did you get a new fish that you want to show off? Well, email videos and photos of your fish and your aquariums that you want to show off, and I will show it off in the Fish Keepers show off. So email videos and photos of your fish to alexgoyankiescardinale19@gmail.com. I have some fun fish keeping topics planned for this month's edition of Fish Keepers Q&A. This month, I'm going to talk about the top 10 Earth Eater cichlids. Earth Eater cichlids are the gorgeous geophagus that come from South America. So this month, I'm going to talk about some of the most gorgeous geophagus out there, and I'm going to talk about the top 10 Earth Eater cichlids. And I'll answer the question, would I ever consider keeping African cichlids? Those are the two topics that I will discuss on Wednesday, September 28th, on this month's edition of Fish Keepers Q&A. So mark your calendars. This month's Fish Keepers Q&A is rapidly approaching. It airs live Wednesday, September 28th, 2022, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, right here on my YouTube channel, the legendary Alex Cardinale. Get those fish keeping questions in and get those fish videos in right now. alexgoyankiescardinale19@gmail.com, and I will see you on September 28th. But for now, back to the fish chat. Welcome back to this episode of Aquatic Wetline, and tonight we are talking about barbs. Now we're going to continue our discussion on barbs. If you have any questions on barbs, post them in the comments below, and I will answer them. So let's get right back into our discussion on barbs, and we're going to talk about a species of barb that I love and that I've never kept before, and I really want to keep this fish, so maybe it's a fish that I'll pick up on Saturday. It is known as the roseline shark, but it is not a shark. It's actually a barb, and it's known as the denison barb. This fish is a little bit expensive, but it's worth it in my opinion. It is a very, very colorful barb, and it's a very nice barb. They can have more red than they have in this picture. This is just an example of what the roseline shark looks like. Now, the roseline shark comes from India. They are found in the fastest part of the streams and rivers in India. They congregate in massive shoals in waters with high oxygen level. So they're a very good schooling fish in India. They congregate in massive schools, which is pretty cool. Now you'll find sandy stream beds dotted with rocks with plenty of vegetation to provide safety and cover from predators and the overhead sun. The bright colors of the roseline shark and their dynamic nature make them popular aquarium acquisitions. They grow to 6 inches in length as adults. In the wild, roseline sharks congregate in schools. They're peaceful, active fish that prefer the company of their own kind. Therefore, it is recommended to never, ever keep roseline sharks singly or in tiny groups. You should keep them in a school of at least 6 so you can see their true social behavior. Social interaction is critical and crucial with this species. A lone denison barb can quickly become aggressive and nip other fish, and more importantly, it will be depressed because it doesn't have any other fish of its same kind to school with. So it's always important to keep these guys together. I understand that they are very costly. Up here, a 2-incher can go for like $25. So maybe save up or spend your whole paycheck on a school. But they are a very, very nice barb. I like this barb. Maybe I'll find some that are cheaper, but maybe I'll spend the money and get them if I see them for a good size. They are very, very beautiful. And that is the denison barb. The last barb that we're going to talk about tonight is a barb that I currently have right now and I really enjoy. When I first thought of tiger barbs, I was like the many people in this hobby that hated them because they have a reputation of being notorious fin nippers, and they'll nip the fish's fins until the fish dies. And I was like, I'm never going to get tiger barbs. I don't want them to kill my fish. Then I saw a fish store called Bad Fish here in South Florida, had a tank full of good-sized albino tiger barbs. They're pretty much full-grown. They're like $2, and they're like buy 3, get 1 free or something like that. So that's how I ended up getting a dozen of them. 3 of them perished, and then the rest are doing great. So I've got 9 albino tiger barbs, and I really enjoy them. They do not bother any of the fish in my aquarium. When they were first added, when all the fish were added to this tank, because I added them all at once, they were trying to establish dominance, and they kind of fin nipped for a little bit. But as I added plastic plants, they stopped, and they haven't fin nipped since. So I think the key to fin nipping is as many barbs as you can and plastic plants. And that seemed to help with my tiger barbs. And now I'm really considering getting some regular tiger barbs to go with my albino barbs. I think it would be nice. So right now we're going to talk about tiger barbs. And I have to say I like the looks of the original tiger barb more than the albino tiger barb. But that's just me. That is the original tiger barb. Kind of looks like a clown loach, which is another fish that I want to get. So the tiger barb is native to Borneo and Malaysia. They can also be found on the island of Sumatra and Thailand and Cambodia. Non-native tiger barbs have been introduced in Singapore, Australia, the United States, and Colombia. In their native habitat, these fish inhabit quiet tree-lined rivers and tributaries lined with sand, rocks, and thick vegetation where they can find insects, algae, invertebrates, and detritus from plants. They prefer clear, highly oxygenated water. They grow 2.5 to 3 inches. That's their full-grown size. Their diet is just like any other barb. They're omnivorous. So remember to provide them spirulina brine shrimp, frozen foods, pellets, and flakes. As far as tank mates goes, anything that can't eat them is a good tank mate. You can keep them with angels, severums, other types of barbs, tetras, danios, etc. But I do not recommend putting them with long-finned fish, like long-fin angels. Stick with the standard angels. Don't put anything long-fin in there or balloon body because the tiger barb will likely pick on it. They're kind of like wolffish and piranhas. I've noticed that they will pick on anything that seems weak or vulnerable. But luckily, I've seen that on YouTube, not in my personal aquarium. So don't keep them with something that has long flowing fins because it'll just be like a chocolate bar to them. So, but in general, tiger barbs are a nice fish and they're a good beginner fish as well. Now, just like the tinfoil barb, tiger barbs are so common that there are many different variants of them. There's the regular tiger barb that I want to get. Then there's the green tiger barb, the albino tiger barb, and they even have a glow tiger barb. The glow tiger barb is made with jellyfish DNA, so it constantly glows. The red glow tiger barb is very, very cool. It looks like a natural tiger barb, but it has a little bit of glow in it. Very, very colorful fish. A school of regular tiger barbs looks awesome. So I'm definitely considering getting 4 or 5 regular tiger barbs, put them in here, and then upgrade them when I get my larger tank. So that is the tiger barb. All right, are you guys ready to see some videos of other fish keepers' barbs? And then we'll wrap up this fun show. So let's see a video of some large tiger barbs. This is a really cool school of larger tiger barbs. Let's check it out. Those are pretty much full-grown tiger barbs. Here's another video of a school of normal tiger barbs. Our next video is of a school of tinfoil barbs. And lastly, the beautiful denison barb. All right, those were videos of other fish keepers' amazing barbs. It's time for my final remarks on barbs. Barbs are an amazing, affordable fish for every aquarium hobbyist out there. They're very easy to take care of. They're very gorgeous. They're very colorful, and they're very active. The best reason I love barbs, they're a great dither fish. So if you're looking for a dither to add to your convict cichlid tank or your other cichlid aquarium, consider barbs. Tiger barbs grow to 3 inches. Rosy barbs can get to 6 inches. Spanner barbs can get to 7. Tinfoil can get over a foot if you have a really big aquarium. But remember, tiger barbs are schooling fish. Please keep them in a school. When they're kept in a school, their chances of being fin nippers drastically goes down. So when they're in a school, there's a higher chance that they won't be fin nippers. Those are my final remarks on barbs. I would like to thank everybody that tuned in to this episode of Aquatic Wetline. I want to thank all the live viewers that participated in the show. I really appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. That means a lot. I want to thank everyone that watched the replay of this video. You guys mean a lot to me too, so thank you very much. I really hope you enjoyed this video. There is a reason why I love doing fish keeping videos here on my YouTube channel. It's because I really enjoy the aquarium hobby, but more importantly, I really enjoy sharing my passion with other fish keepers, and it's a great feeling when other fish keepers see my passion and enjoy my videos. So thank you very much. Before I end today's show, I do have a couple of announcements. This Saturday, September 17th, 2022, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, Aqua Alex will be making an appearance on Saturday Live with legendary Alex Cardinale. I'm going to give a tour of aquatic and exotic and show off some of their cool fish. Plus, I will show off any new fish that I get. So you may see some new tiger barbs and whatever other fish that I get. That's going to be on Saturday. Also this Saturday, Aqua Alex, I'm going to have my own segment on Saturday Live with legendary Alex Cardinale. I'm going to have a segment called Aqua Alex's Fish of the Weekend. And this weekend, I'm going to be talking about the threadfin acara, or the Hecali geophagus. That's going to be an awesome fish for me to discuss. I really enjoy that. So make sure you tune in to this Saturday's edition of Saturday Live with legendary Alex Cardinale right here on my YouTube channel, and everyone after that. That's going to be really, really fun. Also, this Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, I'm going to host another episode of Aquatic Wetline, and I'm going to talk about one of my favorite catfish, the sun catfish. And don't forget my Fish Keepers Q&A on Wednesday, September 28th, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you send your questions to alexgoyankees19@gmail.com. With that, have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching this video. Enjoy the aquarium hobby. Remember, feed your fish quality fish food and do water changes. Your fish will thank you. Happy fish keeping, everybody. And Aqua Alex saying thank you for tuning in. Have a great day. Happy fish keeping.